Today we're going to be talking about a game called Outpost, a game that came out in 1991. This is the 20th anniversary deluxe edition. I believe it came out in 2002, 2004, and just recently I played it for the first time. So let's go down to the table and take a look at this game. And we have a special guest today. I'm going to let my son explain all about this game, and then we'll come up and get my final thoughts. Is played.
Yes. Okay, so the game's called Outpost. It's a resource management game. The first player to get 75 victory points at the end of a turn, the game would be over and you would win the game. So the way that this game works is we are all on a planet and we are trying to outcompete each other, because whoever gets to 75 victory points first, you are now the lead developer and you're in charge of how the planet is going to be maintained and designed and whatnot. So the way that the game works is each turn we have factories. We start the game with 2 ore factories and 1 water factory. But as you can see, there's a bunch more factories here and here that we will accumulate during the game. Factories produce resource cards. Each turn during phase 3, distribute production cards. The resource cards are worth money. We will use the money both to bid during auction and also to buy factories, humans, and robots. Humans and robots are needed to work in our factories for them to produce these cards for us. Okay? Now on your player sheet, if you look, there's all different resources: ore, water, titanium, research, microbiotics, new chemicals, orbital medicine, ring ore, and moon ore. Those are all the different resources that you can acquire during the game. On the bottom it says average. So you can see ore is worth an average of $3, water is worth an average of $7, titanium is worth $10, all the way down to moon ore, which is worth an average of $50. But the number on these cards is variable. So like water is worth an average of $7, but there's going to be cards that are like worth 4 and cards that are worth 10. So if you can get a bad draw and get less money, but the average on your player card will show you about what you can expect. Now, 3 of these resources, water, titanium, and new chemicals, they have a card associated with them called Mega. So there's Mega Water, Mega Titanium, and Mega New Chemicals. And there's the number 4 on the card. What that means, say I have 4 water factories. So and they're all being operated by humans. I have a human assigned to each water factory. During my distribution phase, I would get 4 water cards. Instead, I can say, no, I don't want 4 water cards, I want 1 mega water instead. Okay? It still counts as 4 cards. Your hand limit at the start of the game is 10 cards. A mega water still counts as 4 cards, but the value on the mega water is fixed. It's always 30. All of these mega waters are 30. So it's a little bit better than the average. The average water is worth 7, so 7 times 4 would be 28. This is worth 30. So it kind of takes a little bit of the randomness out of the game. You won't really get screwed by a bad draw, but now you're not going to get a good draw either, because you could get 10, 10, 10, 10 and end up with 40 credits. But you just kind of play it safe by taking the mega water, you're going to get 30 credits. So you can do that for the titanium or for the new chemicals as well. But all the rest of these, it's a little bit random what you're going to get for your money. So how the game works is there's 13 upgrades that you could potentially buy during the game. There's the blue, the red, and then the purple, because there's 3 eras of the game. Okay? Now because we're playing 3-player, there will always be 3 choices available to us to purchase. It's just one for each player. If you were playing 8 players, there would be 8 cards down here. Now, as you can see, I rolled the dice to randomly determine what the starting inventory would be. There is 1 warehouse and 2 orbital libraries that are available for sale. The start of the game, we're in Era 1. Once someone gets 10 victory points, we'll move to Era 2, but until then, we're in Era 1. What that means is that we roll the D4, okay? So 3 players, the store will always have 3 cards in it. So let's say during the first turn, 2 of these cards get purchased. So there's 1 card left in the store. We're in Era 1, we roll the D4, so I'll have to roll it twice to restock the store. So say I roll the dice, I get a 3, card number 3 comes out and would be placed in the store, and then I would do it again so that we have 3 cards available in the store. Now once we get to Era 2, instead of rolling D3, we'll be rolling the D10, so you'll start to see more advanced upgrades show up. And Era 3 is when someone has 35 victory points. That's when we start rolling the D12 plus 1. And that's when you maybe start to see the space station, the cruiser, and the moon base. Those are the more advanced things that show up. Now, victory points. To win the game, you need 75 victory points. If you can look at your ore factories and your water factories, there's 2 little pictures on it. On one side, it says $10 because that's how much you have to pay to purchase that factory. But on the other side, there's a number 1 because it's worth 1 victory point. And then there is a picture of half of a human's face and half of a robot's face. That means this facility can be manned by either a human or a robot, either one. Now, upgrade number 7 is the robots card. That will let you purchase robots. Until somebody has this upgrade, all you can buy is colonists. That's it. You need this particular upgrade in order to buy robots. Another thing to keep in mind, the victory points of these factories, certain cards will give you victory points as well, but here's the thing. If your facility is not being manned, it gives you no victory points. You only get victory points for facilities that have employees actively working in them at that point in time. And so your victory point track can go up and down depending on how you move your employees around. Okay? Turn order. The first turn is going to be random, but after that, it's dictated by who has the most victory points. Whoever has the most victory points will go first, and then second and third would be whoever of us has the least amount of victory points. Your hand limit starts the game at 10 cards. You can only hold 10 cards at a time, after which you would have to discard. But your hand limit can be increased by some of these upgrades that are out there. I don't particularly know which ones, because I haven't played the game yet. Oh, yeah, right here. See, warehouse. Hand limit plus 5. So you would move this over to the 5, and now my hand limit would be 15 instead of 10. Colonists. You start the game only able to have 5 colonists maximum to work at your warehouses. And you start the game with 3 for free, so you only have room to buy 2 more colonists. But the nodule here, plus 3 to your colony size. The outpost here gives plus 5 to your colony size. So these 2 are colony size upgrades, as well as some of these more advanced facilities operate themselves. You do not need anyone to work in them. So what you're going to find is you're going to start to find that I want to buy more warehouses, but I can't hold any more colonists. So I can buy warehouses, but they're not going to be operated until I increase my colony size limit. The cool thing about robots is robots can work a lot of these colonies, and the amount of robots that you can purchase is 1 for each colonist that you have. So if you have 6 colonists, you could have 6 robots. But you're going to need this upgrade in order to be able to buy robots at all. And if you look at your player card here, It even shows you what is needed to operate each facility. And the last 3 facilities, which is Orbital Medicine, Ring Ore, and Moon Ore, it's human only because it's an advanced facility, and robots isn't enough for you to operate. It has to be humans on that facility. But all of the first ones, robots can work at, as well as the research facility and microbiotics facility, which would be these cards here. Let me see where they are. They operate themselves. You do not need to assign workers to it. So pretty much how the turn works, step 1, we determine the player order, which is going to be random at first. Step 2, we roll the dice, determining what era it is, to restock our cards for sale. Step 3, everybody gets paid production cards for factories that have workers on them. Step 4, you have to discard down to 10 cards or whatever your hand size is if you have more cards than you're allowed to carry in your hand. And then on step 5, we perform player turns. When you perform player turns, you can say that you want to buy one of these upgrades, right? So say I want to buy this warehouse. You can see that there's a cost to the warehouse. It's $25. You don't get to buy it for $25. You declare, I want this warehouse, and then you initiate an auction with the other players. So you would be like, I want this warehouse, and I'm going to open at $30, but it has to be at least this amount. That is the minimum that you can start the bidding at. And then all of us players, we go around in a circle, round and around and around, until the maximum bid is achieved, and then that person would win this card, and you get all the benefits associated with it. So, the things that are not bidded on are humans and robots. You can buy at any time if you're allowed to buy robots. They're $10 each. Certain upgrades will reduce that price, but they're $10 each. Or factories, you can buy at any time during your turn just for the amount. Or factories are $10. Water factories are $20. Now there's other factories, titanium, research, and new chemicals. But you can't buy these at the start of the game because they require something. Like heavy equipment, upgrade number 3. You must have this research before you can start producing titanium. And it even says it on the factory here. So then after each player performs a turn, you tally the victory points, and that's pretty much it. Then a new turn would start. So I might have missed a couple things, but I think that's pretty much it.
We did a live playthrough of this game, and I have to say, we had a blast. It's one of our favorite games that we played in a long, long time. I think the real cool thing about it is it came down to the last turn, and I actually outmaneuvered him, which is unusual. But the auction system, sometimes it isn't the best to go first. And it was really, really close. It was a lot of fun. It was a long game because we didn't know it, and I think the game would go a lot faster. We really liked it. The components were nice. The way it just plays, it was just a fantastic and a lot of fun. This is a game that's all we've been talking about since we've played it. So we're going to play it a few more times, which is a really good thing. I have to give this an 8.5 out of 10. I really like it, and if you can get your hands on it, which I don't think you can get it in retail anymore, but find it on eBay, I think you'll really, really enjoy this game. With anywhere from 3 to 5 players, I think is just ideal. Well, that's it for this time. We'll see you next time with the next review. Until then, I'm Rob Warren, and we'll see you soon.